Just forget the AI. This new 3D printed brain grows and behaves similarly to natural brain tissue. Printing methods have limited the success of previous attempts to print brain tissue. However, here, instead of employing the typical 3D printing method of building layers vertically, researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Madison went horizontal. They inserted brain cells produced from induced pluripotent stem cells in a softer bioink gel than earlier attempts had used. According to Su-Chun Jiang, professor of neuroscience and neurology and the project leader, the tissue they used had enough structure to stick together, but was soft enough to allow the neurons to grow into each other and start talking to each other. This also makes it easy for neurons to get enough oxygen and enough nutrients from the growth media. The cells were arranged next to each other like pencils on a tabletop. The results speak for themselves, which is to say, the cells can speak to each other. It was evidenced by cortical to striatal projection, spontaneous synaptic currents, and synaptic response to neural excitation that happened within weeks. The printed cells penetrated the medium to develop connections within each printed layer, as well as across layers, which resulted in networks similar to human brains. As they printed the cerebral cortex and the striatum, what was found was quite striking. Even when they printed different cells belonging to different parts of the brain, the neurons still were able to talk to each other in a very special and specific way. The printing process allows for precise control over the types and placements of cells, which is not possible with brain organoids, which are small organs used to research the brain. Dr. Zhang mentions, "Our lab is unique because we can manufacture almost any sort of neuron at any moment. We may then assemble them basically anytime and however we want. Because we can print tissue by design, we can study the human brain network. Because we can print exactly what we want, we can study how nerve cells communicate under certain situations. The printed brain tissue could be utilized to examine Down syndrome cell signaling, Alzheimer's tissue interactions with healthy tissue, medication candidate testing, or even watching a brain growth." I don't know about you, but the pace of advancement is just freaking me out. I'm not ready for this new world.